Hey, what's up everybody? Rod J back again. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. Tonight, I'm going to check out one from Untitled Art. This is the chocolate Scotch ale. This actually came from my buddy Todd, who you can catch on the Beer Flow show that we do Thursdays at 9:15 Eastern. This one actually comes in at an 8% ABV level. I'm trying to think if I've had Untitled Art before. I don't believe I had. I'd have to go back and check my Untapped. So looking forward to seeing what this one has to offer, because I do like a good Scotch ale and a chocolate Scotch ale, something a little bit different. So let's see how this one actually turns out. Now I'm actually going to use here kind of a tulip glass. See if we can get some aroma out of here, some nice taste as well. Head of this one came out to be about an inch of head, or a finger so to speak. Get that there to the side so you can check that out. And there you have the dark color on it, really a deep dark brown. Holding it to the light, I get a tint underneath the bottom, so kind of like a light behind it makes it more of a reddish type brown color out of the light, kind of like a syrup brown type look on it. Head itself, kind of a beige or tan head, which is breaking down now. Now it's to about, I guess you'd probably say a third of an inch, or really not really much left at all. So that's actually dissipating rather quickly. Aroma wise, get a nice malt forwardness coming out of it. Has a little bit of aromatic in there, but it's not heavily coming out. But a nice sweetness to it, a nice little bit of a hidden roastiness in there as well. As far as the taste, well, it does go down rather easily. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of a delayed reaction where that chocolate is actually coming into play now. Has a nice smoothness on it, has a little bit of a thinness to the body, but you can actually chug through this rather easily. Had to kind of force myself to stop there. As I'm sitting here taking it all in the mouth, I'm getting a nice sweetness from the malts. I can feel it somewhat in the cheeks. A nice little delayed but nice duration that flavor is actually hanging around a little bit. You almost have a sense of a kind of a little bit of a vanilla in there as well. But as I kind of suck my cheeks a little bit, the flavor gets drawn out a little bit more. Not much of any sting to the tip of the tongue. Very smooth. That thinness in there does have a slight watery type feel, but you're not picking up the alcohol. One you can easily drink through here at 8%. This one would go down rather easily. Not getting anything like in the throat or anything like that. Any harshness. The body on it really plays like a light to medium for me. I mean, really light. But I do like that delayed feel of the taste that is actually there from the flavors, with that nice little sweetness there of the chocolate and the vanilla. As a Scotch ale, it's decent. Although to me, it's almost more like kind of a brown ale. But what do you want to call it? It does have that nice quality to it that has a nice smoothness, and could easily drink this any time of the day, any time of the year. So that's a good thing about it. So for me, I think it's an enjoyable beer. It's not overly done. You know, you have some people that like some of the malt beers, but they don't like them too malt forward maybe. This is something where it's not overly malt forwarded, so you might be able to enjoy this a little bit easier, kind of like a malt type light, so to speak. It's really holding back on a lot of the malts, and if you like a little bit of that touch of sweetness to it on the back end, you get that there as well. So this, again, chocolate Scotch ale, a decent beer for what it is. Doesn't really come across fully as a Scotch ale to me, as I mentioned, but that being said, still a nice beer. 3.5 out of 5 for me on this one. Thanks again, Todd, for getting it to me. Definitely enjoy it, and I'm going to finish this one out. Look forward to catching you guys next time. If you've had this before, let me know what you think. Put some comments in the comment section if you had this one especially, so I know what you thought about it. And if you had any of the other Untitled Art beers, go ahead and throw that in there as well. I look forward to catching you guys next time. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember to always like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And go get your beer on. Cheers.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better come